Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by towards this interview. My name is Alula Mena. I'm the current president of UNLV NSBE. Today, I'll be interviewing Mr. Paul Jacob Barney. So, just a little bit about Paul Jacob, or as we like to call him, PJ. He is a sophomore civil engineering major at UNLV. I first met him in the fall of 2019 in his first semester of college. He reached out to UNLV NSBE email around 3 o'clock, a typical engineering student peak hour of productivity, expressing interest in the organization. And the next day, he attended the second general body meeting of the fall semester. Prior to the start of spring of 2020, I asked PJ to attend an executive board meeting and subsequently asked him to be the secretary of UNLV NSV. He accepted and since has served as secretary. PJ has produced newsletters, meeting invitations, event calendars, and has overseen all correspondence through the chapter's primary email address, unlvnsb@gmail.com. On April 6, 2021, PJ was elected president of UNLV NSB for the 2021-2022 academic year, and he is the president that I'm proud of. Hello, PJ.
Hi, Alula.
Thank you so much for making the time to do this interview. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Happy
I
to be
have
here.
a busy day. Let's go to the questions. So number one, please tell us a little bit about yourself, such as where you were born, where you grew up, and what your current hobbies are.
Okay. So I was born in Covington, Louisiana. That's about 40 miles north of New Orleans, Louisiana. And when I was about 4 years old, sorry, I was born in 2001. When I was about 4 years old, so this was about 2005, Hurricane Katrina was about to roll through my hometown. So not I, but my parents, they decided that they don't want to experience another hurricane with their kids. So we
Right
moved
on.
out to Las Vegas because my dad was offered a job opportunity because of the hurricane. He was offered a job opportunity as a school teacher. And since we moved out, he's been working there at his school, Sedway Middle School. And I've been living here. So I grew up in Las Vegas. I've been here for about 15 years. I'm 20 years old. And um, I attended for elementary school, Ober Elementary School, middle school. I attended Cashman Middle School, and for high school, I attended West Career and Technical Academy. So that's a little bit about me. My current hobbies: I like to read the Bible, and I like theological debates. I like watching those, I should say.
Sounds very good. Sounds very good. Right move on moving out of Louisiana.
Yeah,
Good choice. Um, so we say that you're a civil engineering major. Why did you pick that major?
very good question. So it's kind of a long story. So I always used to love building with Legos as a kid. I mean, I would build just elaborate things without instruction manuals. Like I didn't really have, like, as I said, I didn't have the manual. I just had like a box of Legos about a foot tall, and you just pour out all the Legos on the floor, and it's like an hour later, I have something before me. So I always like constructing things, and then my dad was a math teacher before he moved out to Las Vegas, and so he taught all of his kids like math. So we learned times tables in the car, like when we were going places, he would like quiz us. So I learned math pretty early on, and that carried over into me joining the gifted and talented education program in my elementary school. So that was like more science being poured into me. I learned about like astronomy, and we read some fun books. And then I entered into Cashman Middle School. I was in the AMC program, so that's the Academy of Math, Science, and Engineering. And we got our hands on softwares like Autodesk Inventor at a very early age, and that was a lot of fun too. And then when I got to high school, I still wanted to be in engineering. I actually went to the high school I attended because it was the closest to my closest magnet school, I should say, to my house. And the only engineering program that they had available at the school was the civil and environmental engineering program. So that's the one I joined, and I had 4 years of experience in that program uh, upon graduation. So I decided that like civil was the best move for me if I just wanted like a smooth transition. I had enjoyed everything that I had learned in the course so far, and the instructor, he had a civil engineering degree from UNLV uh, also, and he's done a lot of civil engineering in Las Vegas too. So I was very interested and inspired by all that he had done to enter into civil engineering. And finally, um, a young lady by the name of Brittany Jackson, she came to our school and she advertised the UNLV College of Engineering to us, and she talked about the civil engineering program and how great it was at UNLV. So that also helped me decide to stay local.
That was very good.
Mhm.
I'm glad you joined that major. I've
Yeah.
seen that you have a calling for it, so that's good. Um, Next question would be, how do you first hear of NSBE, and how did you get interested in it to end up joining?
Okay. So if I recollect correctly, it was I believe it was the summer after I graduated from high school. My dad had a friend who was a civil engineer, and he told the civil engineer told my dad, "Get your son to join NSBE." I didn't know what NSBE was at the time, but my dad kept like incentivizing that I purchase the national membership for NSBE. So I did eventually, and the chapter I was affiliated with was the UNLV chapter, UNLV Las Vegas chapter. So once I entered into college, I was like, I'm not receiving any correspondence from the chapter as I was from corporate. So I was expecting that. So a few months into the semester, my first semester of college, I reached out to Alula here, and he responded to me almost immediately. And as he said in the introduction, I was there the next day for the second journal body meeting. It just so happened that it was the next day, uh, and I attended the event and had a blast. Yeah,
Sounds very good.
yeah.
Um, I still remember that day as
Mhm.
it was yesterday. Glorious day. Um, so we talked about your role, which is you were a secretary and you are now the incoming president for the next academic year.
Mhm.
Um, Most qualified person ever. But my question is, what's your favorite part about your role, and what excites you the most?
Okay, so um, most exciting thing about my role, I really very much like communicating with people. So uh, being able to communicate with um, community members is a lot of fun, and being able to being able to connect with the student body. I send out a lot of content to the student body. That's a lot of fun. And what's most exciting about the role, however, is just how much freedom I have. So I'm able to produce a lot of content. For example, like I organized the Google Drive. We have a shared Google Drive that helps us to just organize all of our files. So I just decided to organize everything one day because I enjoy it. So I really genuinely enjoy all the work that I do, and it's sort of like an outlet, just like a stress reliever. Even though it's still like me, I wouldn't call it working. It is work, but I just enjoy it so much that it's a relief of stress. Like um, so that's what I like about being a secretary, just the community involvement, being able to connect with the members, and the flexibility um, just to create whatever.
Yeah, I agree. Like, you've given us so much structure. It's amazing. We're very glad to have you. Um,
Thank you.
so the next question would be, since you enjoy your role, what do you see as the biggest accomplishment in your role?
Okay, so I have to give some credit to our finance chair, Melisha Shomo here. Um, she encouraged me to reach out to the community organization Gentlemen by Choice. Um, and I did. I did a little bit of research beforehand, just so I wasn't going in blind. But I did research on the organization. It's like a development organization for young men, teaching them etiquette and professionalism. And I was absolutely enamored with everything that they were doing. So I was very eager to see how UNLV NSBE can uh, possibly partner and play a part in uh, some of the youth building that they were doing. So I reached out to Gentlemen by Choice in October, and in November, um, I believe it was I believe that number is correct. Yes, six of the UNLV NSBE executive board attended a meeting at Gentlemen by Choice's Ty's Place, where we spoke with the director of Gentlemen by Choice, and we talked about like our plans for establishing an SB Junior chapter and teaching the students about STEM and inciting their interest in engineering. Um, so that process of actually getting to the location was drawn out by um, a lot of emails that we had to send from corporate NSBE, like to corporate NSBE rather, just to understand all the requirements of establishing a chapter, and just to make sure that chapters could be established at community organizations. They could not only be established at schools. So that was a lot of back and forth emails that we had to do. And it was during the holiday season. So emails were a bit slow then too. But now that we've reached the spring semester in March, on March 19th, we attended a meeting, or we organized a meeting and then attended a meeting to teach students, GBC students, about engineering, the fields of engineering. So Alula was there, I was there, our treasurer Tony Graham was there, and our finance chair Molly Shishoma was there, and Thuan Chin was there also, and he is our academic excellence chair. And together we taught the students about the fields of engineering. As Alula said, I'm civil, so they all got a little taste of what we were doing. We showed some of our schoolwork and um, some of the achievements um, of young students like them that are also interested in STEM, and the awards that they're winning and the strides that they're making even at their young age. So that was definitely an accomplishment. Since our first meeting, we've met one more time on April 9th, and on tomorrow, Molly and um, our vice president, Tony Amin, will be uh, going back to teach about the technology in STEM. So that whole partnership is, I consider, a very big accomplishment for for me in my role. Just like all the correspondence and all the meeting arrangement, um, and all the just the back and forth. I enjoy it again, but just to see it actually come to be something,
Mhm.
not just talk, but actually action, was very fulfilling.
Yes, I 100% agree. It's such um a satisfaction to watch ideas grow into actions. And I have seen your correspondence. It's painstakingly long, and you have to really, pay attention to a lot of details, and it's a lot of work. And I feel like only you can do it. So we really, really appreciate you for all you have done. You always make me proud. Uh,
Thank you. Thank you very
um,
much.
oh yeah.
I'm very grateful also to be in this organization.
Oh, we are blessed more than you. So going on about NSBE, right? What do you
Mhm.
like most about NSBE as an organization? I guess.
Okay. So as an organization, I appreciate all the opportunities that NSBE, UNLV NSBE specifically brings to its student body and the College of Engineering. So we have multiple internships that flow from the community directly to our students because they're sent through our UNLV at Gmail email address. Uh, Shout out to Medina. And we have a lot of job opportunities also. So I'm grateful for how much content we're able to bring to our student body that is valuable. We also have workshops, just everything that is helping the student body to be stronger students and stronger professionals. I very much like that about the organization. Now, what I like about my executive position and the executive team is the team itself. I uh, I love communicating, and I love teams that collaborate, and I like a team that works hard. So UNLV NSBE has been that for me. Uh, that team that I very much appreciate, a team that helps me to complete tasks and to bring that content to the student body. So I again, I very much enjoy the team, the relationships I have been able to establish and grow through actual working together um, to complete assignments and objectives. That has been that has been an aspect of NSB that I very much enjoyed.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. How would you describe the state of NSBE right now?
Okay, so I must say it was about this time last year we were all very concerned because everything had gone online, and we were concerned that everything was just going to die out because we weren't exactly equipped. We had tried going online with the application Slack. Nobody got on Slack with us, so we were concerned that we were just going to lose all of our member body. And in the spring, like things were going great. I gotta say, like we had 30 attendees at our first general body meeting. And I was like, wow, this is spectacular. And then COVID set in, second general body meeting, less than half attendance of the first, third general body meeting online, only executive board members, no one more. Um, and then the summer set in, and we had to do something. We had to figure out this virtual thing quick if we were to survive, and thank God we did. Um, so uh, I'd say that the state of the organization right now is very well. We have a Discord server. We switched to Discord away from Slack to Discord, and we have a server with more than 50 members. Um, our event attendance, even during the pandemic, has been stable. We have decent amount of attendees at our events, and we've been able to book speakers still for our meetings. So that has been great to continue to be able to bring that content to students, valuable content to students. And we've been able to outreach with former UNLV NSBE alumni. So I'd say that's been a sign of a good condition. And we have students that are graduating from the college. So that's one of the objectives, is just to help students to stay inspired, to graduate. So students are graduating. Um, for example, former executive board member Sirach G, he graduated and now he has a job already. Thanks. I won't say thanks to us. I mean, I know it's a lot of him, but he said that like, UNLV played a part um, in helping him to secure his job. So I'd say that the state of the organization is rather healthy at the moment.
Yeah, you're very right. It was, I guess it was like a minor setback for a
Yeah.
major comeback, as they would say.
Mhm.
Um, it really taught us about how to communicate better, I would
Mhm.
say. So, okay, that's good. That's very good. Um, if there's one thing you could improve, what would it be about your non-VNSB?
Okay, so one thing, it's kind of particular, I think is the correct word. So it's just during our meetings, I like to be a little punctual. Okay, so um, when we say we'll start at 6 and conclude at 8, I want to ensure that we start at 6 and conclude at 8 in order to ensure that we're just being professional and we're respecting the time of our member body. Um, because when we start to slack on that, it doesn't look great for us, and it's not, again, respectful to them. So I'd say just being punctual um, is one thing I like to improve uh, about the organization.
Sounds very, very good. Something that we should really work on. Um, thank you.
Mhm.
What's your biggest hope for the next decade in NSV? In what ways do you expect to grow? Since we're celebrating our 30th anniversary, I guess
Right,
we're thinking about what kind of state we should expect to have NSB, like 4 years your anniversary.
right. So um, definitely want to see the organization continue to grow because growth is a sign of life. So I definitely like to continue to see the organization grow, and I'd like to see it to grow to be a greater service to the community, to the student body, and to the college, providing resources, opportunities, fellowship, and building connections and um, connections that last a lifetime, really, and starting careers that can make a difference, um, as I think STEM ultimately does. Uh, so I think that's a very consolidated, I'd say, objective statement for NSB in the next 10 years.
Sounds very good. Sounds very good. That pretty much wraps up my questions for you that I have today. Thank you so much again, PJ, for setting aside the time and for agreeing to make this interview. And I wish you full health, wealth, peace of mind, everything that you ever wanted to happen to you. And I just have to say, you really, really made me proud. I am very, very thankful, grateful, and proud to have you. Never let me down. You always overachieve. You're someone that I can depend on wholeheartedly to accomplish your task and go above and beyond. And you've given our current Nasby such a structure that I have never seen. And you really are about that Black excellence that we talk about. And it's an honor to meet you. It's an honor to work with you. I wish you the very best in your life, and I'm very sure you're gonna accomplish it, since that's the type of person that you are. And um, I'm sure UNLV NSB is gonna go to great lengths by next semester under your leadership. And think and have a
Well,
wonderful
thank
day.
you. Yeah, thank you for all your kind words, Alula. I know this won't be the end of our communications. I know you'll be graduating soon, but we'll keep in touch, and I look forward to following your future, really. Um, I really believe it'll be bright. So thank you for the example you've set as president, and I look forward to looking at your future.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Have a
Yeah,
good night.
you too.